I was at the I Had a Dream speech. We were at the March on Washington when when I was 7, I guess. I don't know. We went down in our car, the whole family, and I remember we were way back by the by the Washington Monument. And back then, this was one of the first big speeches. First of all, the march, they said women and children on the inside, and everyone take off your earrings and necklaces and anything else, because we've had experience with people pulling them out of ears, counter demonstrators. And that was obviously, and we all marched linked arms to protect ourselves and to show solidarity. We were up, as I said, by the Washington Monument, was way too far to hear directly because they didn't have the sound systems back then. But there were groups of about 40 or 50 people clustered around somebody holding a transistor radio, at full volume. And I remember just these groups of people sort of swaying and breathing with King as he was speaking, and just this incredible sense of community and strength in a very scary time in America. It was pretty heady. There was a lot going on. And then later, when I was 13, just after my bar mitzvah, there was March on Washington, and my parents decided they weren't going, but my friend Avram and I got onto a school bus. 13, my parents told me, if you see tear gas, go the other way. Don't go to the Pentagon, because that's where the civil disobedience was going to take place. And try to come home without getting arrested. I said, okay, fine. That seemed like valid things to say. And the two of us hopped on and went down on the school bus to Washington, and were at that march and stayed away from the Pentagon, which is where the tear gas was and whatever. But that was the kind of thing that, it was part of what we did.